Let me see
I did.
it.
I didn't intend to be right here.
But are we
Hello.
right here?
Hello. Can people hear
Hey.
me? I my face is really big in the frame right now because I'm on the floor in front of my TV where the webcam is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're like, maybe that's. Wouldn't it be really funny if you had your face that close the whole time, and then you had the game screen like really in the small window?
I guess that's what I'd do if we were like a personality driven channel or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it everything went wrong trying to make this stream work, including my face being really big right here. Um, we I'd reboot my computer. There were files that weren't properly linked when I opened OBS. Everything's a mess. But we are here, and why don't we just go ahead and get going here? I've got
You've got a lot of magazines, I
yeah,
think.
I've got 3 of the Video Game History Foundation magazines that I haven't opened, and I see that my window there is covering you. Let's fix
That
this.
happens.
Let's.
I do have to apologize. My brother got me sick, and I'm on the road to recovery, but I am still like coughing kind of often. I will do my best to not cough that much, but for anybody who's ever had a cough, you know that you can't really do much about it.
All right, so yeah, I've got 3. I don't know if we'll actually go through all 3. I was thinking, unless like they all look super like, oh, you know. I was thinking
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, yeah, I think if you see the first one, if the first one is like, oh, and you want to look through it, then let's just like we'll save the other ones.
Okay, well let's see what happens. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens. Oh,
I do
this
want to
is
say that I see that someone's just asking if Goran uh, Ljubovic is asking if there's any plan on reviewing the Super HD System 3. And I am working on a video on that right now. It's not going to be like a blowout, like 30-minute thing. It's going to be focusing on a lot of the updates to it and stuff like that. So
my
yes,
my
that is the
audio
same
is way lower than Corey's. Maybe because I'm moving away from the microphone.
Maybe.
I'm much closer now, so our levels look pretty balanced. And don't worry, I'll probably get louder. All right, I'm not going to look here. See what we got.
I just see the bottom. See, let's wait for. Oh, I'm kind of getting a glare. So, my gosh, you like it's almost like
Oh,
that's a good one.
that is pretty good.
That's like is that the first smash? Yeah.
That's
Oh
Smash
my gosh.
1. Yeah, that's pretty good. This must be what, 99?
I feel like you get
May 99. That's pretty good. That's not
almost like
bad.
they're custom tailored for you, but like
That's
they
not
they
bad.
definitely are not. I don't even know how much longer this entire service is going to go for.
I
Uh,
mean, it's hard to imagine. Like, I mean, I don't know how many people are subscribed and how
well,
much
there was
extra stuff they
I
have, but
Frank said that they had like 400 or something like 400 or 500
that doesn't sound like that
before,
much.
and then the entire like the subscription service got like there's an article about it on Kotaku, and they got like 200 more
Oh no.
because of that.
Well, like,
So I mean, it might not be going for much longer. They might run out of stuff.
that would be such a shame. The cover on this is pretty good. I mean, it makes you want to go through it, but should I at least see what the others are? What do you think?
Let's see what the others are.
Okay, okay.
I mean, that
It's
does seem
pretty
like
good. It's pretty good for me
it's
anyway.
appropriate for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. I'll try to tilt this one up a bit more so you don't see so much glare. All right. What do we got?
I'm excited to see what it is. I got 2 of them over there. I think Chris and I are going to do a read through
Have you
of
opened
mine pretty soon.
yours?
I have 2 of them open.
Open or unopened?
Unopened, I mean.
All right, what we got?
Oh, it's like the cover's not gonna do much for you,
no.
but it looks like it's a good time period. That's like
95.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Virtua Fighter 1.
Good time period, but not the most exciting cover for sure. So I've got 2 Game Pros.
Launch?
2 Game Pros.
Is that the PlayStation launch down there?
Oh yeah, and Ultra 64 at E3, which we did. I feel like I've had a few of those lately, actually. So let's see what the last one is. Hopefully, it will not be the last one that I get. Who knows? Who knows how much longer it'll go on?
Who knows?
All right, here we
Or
go.
maybe I shouldn't open both of mine. I should just open one of them.
Yeah, because
a little bit.
I know. I mean, because now I'm getting worried. Like, oh, are we almost done here? All right.
What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be?
So you got 2 Game Pros.
Yeah. Are we gonna go 3 for 3?
It's looking like it. Well, yeah, you're going. You are, and I think I have this one, but maybe not. You're gonna love this cover.
What is this?
It's like an early game. I bet you that's
it's
like
1990.
1990, yeah.
Ooh. I kind of want to look through this one because I don't know if I don't think they've sent me one that was this early. This is May 1990.
I might actually, now that I look at it, I might not have that. I had that one when it came out.
I mean, the Smash one is a cool cover, but I kind of want to look through
that one.
I want to look through this one just because I'm pretty sure I've not gotten one this early, so that's really neat.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. There's $10 from Gaming Blows. Thank you. Saying, hope your cough clears up quickly, Corey. Also, I had that Game Pro. This is going to be a solid read. Ooh. And then we just disappointed you immediately after. We're not going to do that one.
Well, we'll look for the other
side. Maybe we should do like a separate stream for it sometime.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we should do them all eventually. I just wanted to go ahead and open them. This one is not in like super amazing condition.
Yeah.
But you know,
I love Game Pros. Not because I like the quality of the articles, but I feel like the ads and stuff in it are generally more interesting.
Mm.
I see a Ron Jones in the chat is saying 90s EGMs had like 2 pounds of ads for every issue. And that's pretty true for most magazines where they're, except for I guess Game Fan. But there's like stuff like Game Pro and EGM basically had an ad every other page.
What is this? I mean, it's trying to advertise these games, and I don't even like. It's not even.
It's gonna be for Vic Tokai.
Yeah.
I bet it's for Vic Tokai games.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Daedalian Opus, is that what it is? Like it's written really tiny there.
Well, the other one's going to be the Mafat Conspiracy. Is the sequel to Golgo 13.
Yeah. But they're being really sad. Oh, look at this. Look at this full cover Clash at Demon Head. That ties into last week's stream.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And that's just an ad for the original Golgo 13?
I guess so. Or it says top secret episode.
I feel that Golgo 13.
Oh, Alex Kidd is back.
It might. Oh, is it gonna be Shinobi World?
Probably. I
don't know. I bet it's an awful drawing of him, man. That's like a really terrible drawing.
Oh well, look at Bonk down here. Bonk's buy is worse than his bark.
Bonk.
There's some Tom Du Bois artwork right there.
Yeah.
This game, Eight Eyes. This one's always seemed interesting, but I'm not sure if it would actually be all that good. It looks
like a bad Castlevania.
Yeah, which I have a soft spot for bad Castlevanias. Castlevania clones,
And that's a pretty early one. I always thought it looked so similar because like the blocks look almost the
Yeah.
same.
Man,
Look at that.
this kid is
They
like...
love that cover image so much that they had to put it in there again.
Yeah. This kid is like nowhere near making eye contact with this TV.
Yeah.
It's very composite.
Yeah.
No play choice trickery there. Super Hydalide.
Super Hydalido. I mentioned Super Hydalide to the guy who made it at M2, and he made the first Hydalide and I think he made that one, and maybe I don't know if he did Virtual Hydalide, but I remember saying Super Hydalide on the Genesis. He's like, oh, I'm not so proud of that one.
Oh, look at Quark. So amazing.
The Ultimate Tiger. Is that Tiger Heli on the previous page? I still gotta order that Toplin Garage.
Over here, I don't know what this turbo blaster is. It's like got NES ports on it. It's got some sort of turbo functionality on it that you would pass through your... I guess if maybe you want to use original controllers with turbo function or something. That's the only thing I can think of.
That sounds like a horrible.
Seems
it looks
unnecessary.
like it only has one button per controller, right?
Genesis, we bring the arcade experience home.
See, I love these old ads.
Look at all these CRTs. They look,
and they're definitely RGB images on there because they look so good. I think. I remember seeing those screenshots.
That ain't no composite Genesis. I mean, they're exposed a little weirdly, but I mean, what screenshots from these days wasn't?
Right. And those screenshots make the game look so good.
Loki, Prince of Darkness. Is this Marvel Loki? This isn't Marvel.
No,
Loki.
it's the Adventures of Game Pro.
It says. Oh, so they're going to introduce their Loki in this, I guess. I know that was the title of the comic for some reason. Ninja Gaiden 2. See, this is, I'm sure like the magazines were not caring that much about NES at this time, but like 90 is like good times for NES,
No, most of these magazines are all about NES.
Even at this, even after the Genesis is out.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
This is a nice Lolo.
For sure, like the Genesis pre-Sonic was like it was.
There's a really,
but I think that it wasn't nearly as huge.
There's kind of a dusty smell to the insides of having opened these 3 magazine packets. Oh, Psycho Fox! Look at this.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is official artwork. Probably not.
I doubt it.
It's pretty neat though.
I think it's all the same guy.
Oh, and then here's Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle.
Oh, so okay.
He looks like he's supposed to be like an old-timey cartoon version of Bilbo Baggins or something.
Made out of rubber. He's very shiny. Lots of like glints on him, I guess. He's made out of plastic. That is like some that's some awful artwork.
Atomic Robo Kid. I have no idea what this is for.
That's Genesis.
I'm not familiar. Oh, here's Bonk's Adventure. When did TurboGrafx come out in the U.S.? It was around the same time as the Genesis. It came out
like right at the same time as the Genesis. Yeah. It was like the same Christmas.
Yeah, or it might have even been like the same month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a horrible Bonk. JJ and Jeff.
Yeah.
Dino Wars.
Slinging some of that poop around. Or I think the birds are dropping poop on you.
Ninja Golf. Ooh, this is the 7800 game, right? Or I'm really bad on my Atari numbers. 7800, 7200, 7200. I'm bad on my Atari numbers. I apologize. This game is like kind of amazing from the very little bit I've played of it.
John Quinn never owned an NES. Have you? You still don't own an NES? But you have
Really?
a he has a NT Mini though. No, at least so that I mean
Wasn't
making up for it.
wasn't Bionic Commando released like way before 1990? It's surprising to see it advertised here.
I think it was, but you'll find then that like even at this time it was they advertised games like years after they were out
Hmm.
because they're constantly reaching new audiences.
Yeah, I mean, I wish that's how things were today. Now it's all like, okay, this game's out, or the only reason
Yeah,
you would
forget about it
the only reason you would support it or advertise it later is if it's just got like if it's a live service game. And if
Yeah,
it's not, then you just release it, and yeah, it's just not like all your money is made in the first couple of months, and then you don't care after that. But back then, they're like, you know what? We made this cool game. Let's sell some more copies. Let's print it again.
or at least sell some more copies, and they're still out there, and like that'd be great, to get a copy of Bionic Commando like a couple years after it was out. I mean, a lot of years after it was out,
Yeah.
honestly.
Shadowgate. Rescue the embassy mission. I am not.
GamePro
familiar with
definitely
that.
has some of the worst art. It was I'm pretty sure it was the same person doing just about all of them, all of the original artwork in that.
Oh,
And
Ransom.
I would not be surprised if he just turned them around in a day, or several of them in a day.
Phantom Fire. There's a lot of advertisements for NES games in here that I'm honestly not very familiar with at all. Oh, Arquista's Ring.
Phantom Fighter. That's good stuff.
Here's the same kid playing Fester's Quest instead of
Still
Batman.
that close to it's the exact same thing.
It's the exact same picture.
Yes. And it's like that's a screenshot they chose for the game.
Yes.
To show it off.
Yes. Well,
so right there, you have the guy who answers the door. I forget what his name is. And then, Fester's Quest. And like what's he even playing? Like why is he so excited to be playing?
There's definitely some bad some bad GamePro covers, that's for sure. This one they're advertising here.
Yeah, I think I had that one. That was a big. I got a box of old GamePros. Somebody was selling a big box of old GamePros. It was probably about a year ago now on OfferUp, and they were just sitting there. And apparently, he had them listed for months and months and months. And I asked him, like, "Oh, do you still have this stuff?" He's like, "Yeah." So I bought them.
Was this Asmic game released in the U.S.?
Boomer's Adventure? Pretty sure it was.
Because I know that Asmic had a very short publishing life in the U.S. I know that there were some games that they were planning to release here but didn't, like Cosmic Epsilon. Ooh, here's Drum's favorite game, Air Fortress. It's not his favorite game. He hates it. It's still on his backlog. But this is one of those games that the first level or two you play it and you're like, man, this is really cool. And then once you get a few more levels beyond that, it's so cruelly awful.
Well, the main character looks pretty cool.
I mean, if you boot it up, first level or two of Air Fortress is pretty cool. I've thrown in a video here and there.
Oh, right there. That's what's that?
Zexus?
That's one of my favorite all-time GameSack ending skits, where they kind of argue about the name of that, and Dave calls it Gziz. But I think the correct way to say it is Zezix.
Hmm. Look at
but
they're
I've always referred to it as Xeez.
got the TurboGrafx arcade stick in here. What game is this that they're advertising for TurboGrafx here? Oh, that must be. Oh, it's right there in the system. It's Keith Courage.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely. Do you not have Keith Courage?
You know, I think I have it in a drawer because it came with that TurboGrafx system that you ended up with for some reason.
Right.
And like it does not seem like a good game, so I've just it's in a drawer, but it is not on my shelf and not on my backloggery.
Oh my God. You should play. It's good.
I do not know. It doesn't seem very good from what I've played.
I think it is like
you kind of like I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another chance, but it did not seem very good.
It seems like exactly like it seems like the kind of game you'd like.
It didn't seem very good to me. I don't know. But this is like 100%. Like that's like an actual screenshot of a game here, and this is like just art of the Altered Beast transformation. That is not at all what it actually looks like.
Altered Beasto. Yeah, that's a good screenshot though. Like that's this kind of screenshot that it will sell the system.
Oh man, what are some of the used? Are there any used games on here that might have like a price that would make you cry?
I don't know. Let's see if.
I mean, some of these are weirdly high, like Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, $29 and $24 for
the
set
I don't
price. Like,
I mean,
well, but
given the inflation,
NES was still current gen though.
Yeah.
So okay, that makes sense. It's interesting though because it's Funko Inc., but it doesn't call it Funko Land. Did Funko Land not really exist yet? Was this like kind of the precursor to it? Because this is
that would make sense, but unless Funko Inc. like they,
because
I can't really tell you for sure because we didn't have a Funko Land that was. The closest one was in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I only went there one time.
I got into Funko Land like 94, 95. It was probably later that I really got into it, but I'd never seen one until then. So I mean this isn't like a crazy list of games from a cursory glance. I mean, like I say, like the craziest, maybe most of the best NES games came out in 90 and later. Even though people don't think of that as being like it's the prime of the system.
See, Jason Davis says I played Keith Courage for a week straight after I beat I assume Link's Awakening. A lot of fun, not the best pack-in game though. It's true. Like it was not a great pack-in game, but I think it's pretty good. So if you're playing it for a week straight, you must have gotten pretty good at it. Uh-oh, we lose audio from you?
Huh?
Oh, I guess not.
I'm just moving on to the next phase of the stream.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to grab something. I want to show you this.
Yeah, that made it dusty in here.
So, as I was telling you about how I don't actually have like a straight up PC engine, and a lot of like something I want to do with this Super HD system. So I really wanted to like use it on a regular PC engine because the Super Graphics stuff doesn't work very well if it's connected to a Super Graphics.
Right.
So I needed a system real quick.
Uh-huh.
And I reached out to Jason from Game Tech because I noticed he was selling some of those. Like the clear cases and stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, do you have one? Can I buy one of the cases and buy a system too? So he like took one of his systems and cleaned it all up, and I bought one of the clear cases, and it's kind of awesome looking.
Yeah.
I can show you right here. It's kind of awesome.
Neat.
Yeah.
Do you know if the original shell was like not super great?
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing is he said that his original shell was like not very in great shape. So I was like, oh, I want to buy one of the cases, and I think that's pretty cool. So it's just kind of a neat neat looking thing. And you know, like seeing these makes me want to order one of the Mega Drive ones. Because this is not like 3D printed and stuff. It's like straight up like manufactured, like really nice. I mean, it feels like it's something that would be released as stock, you know.
Well, you know,
but then you put it with the Super SC or the Super HD System 3, and you know, it's
I
kind of
forget
nice, cool
who it was that told me, but I think like it's either Dreamcast or PS1, like the clear cases that are out there, like supposedly like pretty old.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't know if anyone has made new ones recently. It's either Genesis or PS1 that I heard that about. Don't 100% know if it's. Totally
I'm not the biggest fan of like, you know, like the see-through systems. But once in a while, like I can. You know, if I have like a one-off or something like this, like I can get into that.
Yeah, it's neat.
But it also came with, you know, a controller. And it worked out well because I had a PC Engine controller that I gotten with a system, and the turbo button, like the little nub for the turbo switch had broken, so I couldn't use it. So it came with a shell, and it also came like an overlay that for a system or for, you know, a controller that does not have turbo switches on it. So I was able just to use it, like repackage the case and stuff for that, and use the button or the internals and use it. Oh, I see that there was $5 from Jason Davis saying LA equals legendary axe. Link's Awakening wasn't even a twinkle in the NES's eye yet. That's true. I thought you were talking about like this was like a recent thing that you've done.
So this game is really stupid and I love it.
So exactly. So like I bought this game based on your suggestion.
I mean, all I had done was played the demo and I loved it.
Yes. So I had no idea what to expect. And it's actually like completely hilarious and unexpected, especially if you don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But the impression that it made me think of, it is like it has the same weirdness as Katamari Damacy.
It's like almost like it's weird like Katamari, but it's also like it's kind of just got that like quick like bite-sized mission of like WarioWare or something.
Right.
And like every single hole has you just do some stupid thing. But I mean, and the demo was relatively substantial, but like eventually we're gonna get here to like a hub area. And so like it kind of looks like it almost seems like some sort of like post-apocalyptic like like Portal type deal or something, you know?
I feel like that might be looking a little bit, thinking about it too deeply. I get the impression that they're just like, we're just going to make this as random and silly as possible. And you really get that feeling when you already did the level where, you know, you're the guy golfing, and then you do it, and then it's like him that flies instead of the ball. But it immediately made me think of Katamari for some reason. Just like how random it is.
So these like weird hot dogs are in it. They look like corn dogs but without a stick, kind of. And apparently that's like this game was made in like I forget, like Denmark or Sweden or Netherlands or something, and apparently that's like what hot dogs are like there.
What shelves are these behind me? They are like Atlantic Oscar or whatever, like that, something like that. Like they're not amazing.
Yeah, I mean they're available like everywhere.
Yeah, but these ones specifically are like the biggest ones that they have, and it's just like I eventually just got a bunch that are like over time, like several years, it's just like works really well, you know. Like they're in here, and then like I have them anchored to the wall, and so on.
You just never know what it's going to do next.
You have to be careful, Henry Clark, when making them, because it's easy to like just mess them up, and they're not like the greatest made thing.
Yeah, I mean they're super like commonly available, like they aren't.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they're a good affordable choice.
Yeah. But like my walls of shelves like is a way to perhaps like justify the ridiculousness of them sometimes. I refer to it as the library. Because, you know, you ever notice that like it's not, no one would ever really think that it's like, oh, it's like weird that you have like a big bookshelves full of like hundreds of books in the house. And not that people are thinking that about games either, but maybe people who don't play games like would think that a bit more.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but you think of like somebody who like has like a lot of books, you know, like they could have like shelves, like more shelves than this, like of books, and it would never be thought of like, oh, like kind of a weird thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, like I mean, like books are like. Like, I mean, having a bunch of books on your shelf, whether you read them or not, is just like an easy way to make yourself look smart.
Yeah. But, you know, well, I guess in some cases, in some cases, it could make having a bunch of games on your shelves could make it seem like you play a lot of games, and that's not always true either.
That's true, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I always just think that it's always seemed weird to me that like books are inherently like the smart people thing, and like the reading is good for you, and these other things that you might fill a shelf with is not good for you. And it's like I don't understand that, because like, you know, an idiot can make a movie, an idiot can make a game, an idiot can make a TV show, an idiot can also make a book. You know, like what makes books inherently like, oh, reading, yes, good for you. You know?
Well, yeah, I get that, but like making stuff now like that is much easier than it was a long time ago.
Sure. But I think people would also say that now games are like smarter or whatever, like especially like like some of the some of the more story-driven indie games, especially, I guess. Ooh, I got a CRT and a cable box.
It's just, but I like, you know, just in general, I tend to refer to it as the library.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I use that term too. I don't think there's anything weird about it at all. Oh, I have to not break. Oh no.
Yeah, reading does have plenty of inherent benefits.
Oh,
I
sure.
wish that I read more than I do.
I mean,
I'd probably
I'm
be
not.
a better
I mean, obviously,
writer.
like you got to read to know how to read. Reading is important. I'm not downplaying reading, but I just like I don't know. I feel like it is perhaps put on this pedestal over other things.
Well,
a little more than it should be.
When I was in like high school and stuff like that, that's how I would justify. I see Zoom Dust saying if you collect the Legend of Heroes series, you don't need books. I mean, I used to say, like playing an RPG is like reading a book, but you are in control.
Cheerio. Yeah, well, I mean, and like, you know, I think the overemphasis on reading in school is what killed it for me. I'm the cursor now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if it was more like mixed up, like the types of media that we, you know, were made to read in school, like maybe one of those specific ones would have become something that I just never do anymore.
Yeah, I think it's different. I mean, a lot of people will say that all it takes for a person to become like a real hardcore reader is just to find the right book for them. And I think that's true for anything. You know, like anybody who enjoys anything, like has a hobby that they like to collect. You know, so it's just a lot of times just because they found the specific thing in that, you know, in that hobby or that whatever that just like was the right one for them. I mean, you could have just like maybe if school like assigned a certain book that really made like just like resonated with you, like it could have just like easily have made you as passionate about reading and books as you are about games.
Maybe. I mean, there were books. I mean, I you know, when I was in elementary school, I did enjoy reading, but you know, like by the time it got to what's going on? By the time it got to what's this? Whoa.
I see Shadow Mask is saying you still get some of the benefits of reading if you listen to audiobooks. And I've been using the Libby app, and that allows you if you have a library card, you can like sign out audiobooks, and it's free. It's kind of awesome. I did miss a donation earlier from Demo Kirby.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Saying a shelf of severed heads is probably not good. That's true. That's true. Severed heads, you know, unless you have a Medusa head in there, and you can use it to turn people to stone, like in Clash of the Titans. You ever seen Clash of the Titans?
Yes.
Like the original?
Yeah, I remember I was bummed out though because when I watched it, what I was looking for was I wanted to watch the skeleton movie, the skeleton film.
Oh, and you were thinking like the seven.
That's Jason and the Argonauts, right?
Oh, is that what it is? I thought it was like Sinbad and the.
I think it's Jason and the Argonauts. I'm not sure.
It might be. It's you know, like they're all like the same thing.
But it like I remember seeing, you know, the skeleton fight movie when I was a kid. Yeah. And oh, check this out. Can I not hit the exclamation mark? Doesn't seem like it. But yeah, I thought it was like I've seen that. I've seen which is like the Clockwork Owl one.
That's Clash of Titans.
Okay. So I think I had seen both at some point when I was younger, but like I was like I want to watch the skeleton fight one, and it didn't have the skeleton fight, so I was just like, man.
There's $1.99 from James Styles. Thank you.
They've got
saying, do you ever nap in the chair you're sitting in?
I never nap anywhere.
Yeah, you're. I mean, I'm the same way. I guess, except for like when I'm sick, I have a tendency to fall asleep. Like I have that's definitely happened quite a few times this week. But I have this weird thing where if I fall asleep like during the day, like I always feel like I'm missing out on something.
Yeah, yeah.
And even if I've like just taken a short little nap, it's very hard for me just to go and do other things. I feel like all greasy.
Yep. Yeah. Napping is a bad feeling. I determined that napping made me feel bad, like back in middle school or high school, and I never napped. Like I napped one time, like a couple of years ago, when I had like a cold. And like that was probably the first time I'd napped since I was like,
golf.
Huh?
It said donkey golf for that one.
Golf is really boring. Maybe we can fix it. And then it all went wrong. The back of the box for this game says
like I can't wake back up. Like it doesn't refresh me.
And like, it's like you probably didn't miss something, but it's like it's not even like a feeling of missing something so much as it is like a feeling of like guilt or something. Like guilt that maybe you missed something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to describe it. It's not a good feeling, but like, man, when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, like that's like the only time I've ever been under anesthesia. And it was just like the trippiest feeling. Like it was so weird.
The time is 9 p.m.
The time is 9 p.m.
Yeah, it is. That's when my lights dim.
It was like
when you like had like surgery or something like that. Like I don't think anesthesia is the same as
a nap.
As a nap.
No, it's not. It's not. But like, I mean, that's like
basically like, not. It's just like a time. It's just been like you just been removed from time. You've been like picked up from a certain point in time and placed 2 hours later.
Yeah.
And nothing. You can't even tell that any time has passed. It feels like you've not slept. It just feels like, oh. Yeah. There's $5 from Warren Hokie. Thank you. Saying, I love the N64 digital episode. Is the RGB episode of the OG Xbox still on the way? Sending all the best from Texas. Yes, it definitely is. It definitely is. There's a lot of stuff that still is not going away. Like everything is going to be all good.
It's going to happen, but it's original Xbox is a little more intimidating, I think, because oops, should I have hit a button there? What was that button? I want to look. Like my understanding is that there's like a lot of different variations per model and stuff like that. Like a lot of different video quality profiles per model. I mean, component cables I guess we're pretty good on. But and then there's like, a couple of HDMI mods. Like, I mean, there's the one that's out there now, but then like, I think there's going to be more.
Sean Quinn says, I've been watching the stream for an hour now. I'm getting the feeling that this game is only very loosely related to golf.
The back of the box says the golf game for people who hate golf.
Did you have any post hot sauce issues last week?
Oh, I mean, just like the you know, the previous times. Oh, that, wow. That guy didn't even try.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, just like most times that we've done this, I definitely woke up a couple of times in the middle of the night, you know, and had a rough morning. But you know, it wasn't as bad as the it wasn't as bad as the jerky, the spicy, the ghost pepper jerky. Like, that was not so bad to eat, but actually getting rid of it on the other end, that was rough.
Yeah. I had 0 problems, like, the day after. Like, my brother was, like, he spent, like, a whole ton of time in the bathroom. And I had 0 problems. Like, it's almost like I didn't eat it.
Maybe you
And
didn't.
then, I mean, it actually, like, I didn't even have any, like, there was no repercussions until actually until Tuesday.
Oh.
Strangely. And even that was just like, it was real quick, and that was it.
Huh. No, it was multiple strained visits.
Hang on a second. There's somebody at the front door, and that's kind of odd at this time of night.
So does anyone know if this game is still available at Best Buy? Because I was really worried if this physical was ever going to actually come out. But it finally did. Do we have anyone that's familiar with this type of corn dog that is in the game? Oh, this looks overgrown. Mysterious. I'm not sure what... I guess maybe, like... Is there like a challenge mode of... Like, if I go into one of these, is there like a challenge? I see. So that's how you get the crowns. If you... So, oh, okay. So there's like a basic clear. And then there's like... So each level has like 2 more challenges. Challenge levels, I guess. Ooh, space. Whoa. Oh, that's neat. Space. Well, it's not like a pig in the blanket. I mean, it looks like a cross between a pig in a blanket and a corn dog, but apparently that's just how hot dogs are in whatever country this is made in. Figure out how to utilize. Oh. Nah. Oh, I can go again. Oh! This makes me think of Mighty Milky Way. Oh. Whoa.
All right, hey.
Hey.
Sorry about that. So we sold sold Arya's old loft bed,
Uh-huh.
and we forgot to give him like all these different screws and stuff for it.
Oh.
So. So that's that.
How'd you sell it?
Just on Marketplace. So we got this. It's like a IKEA.
What is Marketplace?
It's just like a Facebook Marketplace.
Oh.
And like, so when we took it all apart, we had like 3 different big bags of screws, and we gave like all the big ones, but like all like the little nut things we forgot.
I see. I'm in space now.
What?
What?
What? So. Oh, look at that's almost like.
It's like Mighty Milky Way.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I said that while you were gone.
I wonder how many levels this has. No problem. Oh, did I miss any donations here?
I don't know. You might want to double check. There was. Did you get EB Chill? Did we do EB Chill?
I did not. There's $5 from EB Chill. Sorry about that. Waiting so long there. Saying, I'm reading the collected works of H.P. Lovecraft. Definitely puts me in the mood for certain games I wasn't planning to play. Like horror, games.
I love Amnesia. First Amnesia, very Lovecraft inspired. I definitely consider it the scariest game I've played. I think there's still no physical of it, but I'm not positive.
And then there was also $2 from Warren Hockey saying, imagine the bed falling down like in Step Brothers. Well, it was like a loft bed and there's a desk underneath. And the problem is so we had just gotten it. We had bought it from like another family, like in the next block down.
Oh, so you hadn't had it very long.
No, it's just that
Didn't work out?
Well, it was too close to the ceiling, I think. She really liked the desk aspect of it, but didn't like how close she was to the ceiling. So she said, "I want to get rid of it. I'd rather get like a separate desk and a different bed." You know. And now she's back to using like a single bed that I had when I was a kid.
Ah, okay. You know, speaking of bedrooms in your house, and what the golf? Do you still have that golf wall?
Yes, the golf wall.
That was
yes.
on, and it was there when you moved in.
Yes.
How much?
I don't think I could ever bring myself to paint over it.
Is it paint or is it like a mural?
Oh, it's a photograph.
Right.
So it's like wallpaper.
Uh-huh. Yeah. We had at work we made my old job we had these panels called wall hogs. We bought them from this website called Wall Hogs. I have no idea if they're still around. They made these like gigantic like laminate things, and we like put them on these like actual like paneling from Lowe's to like make like different backgrounds for different shows and stuff. And we just hung them on the wall. They were kind of neat. I've occasionally wondered, could I do something with a wall hog one day? Why is the car themed world also explosive barrel themed?
Why not? I like fat heads. Are those like fat heads? I'm not sure. Did I say something that made people think about fat heads? I don't know.
So I just realized you can like decrease your. I always thought it was based on how.
Oh, you can go back down?
Yeah, I was like really confused for a moment because I was like slowly releasing the A button, and for a moment I was like, wait a second, there's no PS2 button nonsense on the Switch controller.
Oh, you.
But then I realized I was like subconsciously like as I was releasing the A button, I was like letting go of the stick a bit. So if you completely let go of the stick, it goes down, but you can also just like how much you tilt. I only just realized this. So if like you aren't committed to like a full tilt swing if you don't want it.
InfoX is asking, or Infox is saying, do you guys have a real job? And yeah, well, you work freelance pretty consistently for a number of different clients, and I have a full-time video job.
Whoa.
That I've only really had for, I guess, a year now. Like I've been like on staff at a place for a year now.
Whoa.
And it's kind of interesting because like having that job came about because of the channel.
Yeah.
Even though they're not related at all, it just came down to I did some freelance work on a project based, and I was recommended for a job based on somebody who had been watching the channel for a long time. And I did some work, and then they needed like a full-time person, and it's all like remote based. I work from home. The company is not located here, but
You've gone out and done. You've had to go out for some shoots a couple of times, though.
Right, and I will be. That's going to be happening a bit, like over the next few months as well. But it's like, you know, I work. I work remote from here. It's a perfect setup for my life right now, for sure. I think. Ooh, look at that. That's almost like pain, kind of. Do we share the revenue from this channel? And we do. We split everything. We are an LLC partnership, and everything is split 50-50.
Yeah.
Like right down the middle.
Right down the middle. No.
It's a perfect setup for my life in gaming. It is, yeah. So here, like, this is kind of a big thing. Like, I have definitely had a bit of, and I've talked to you about this quite a bit, is like that I've definitely been struggling with a bit of creative, a creative block, I guess, in terms of just like doing videos. Like I think that like at times like I was kind of dealing with like a bit of like burnout in terms of like not like being over like doing too much, for sure. I mean, because our videos were not like, they're not like coming out so consistently that I don't even have time to think.
Yeah.
But I think that like it's kind of been a recent realization for me of trying to figure out like how I like just what kind of like refining my voice, I suppose. And this is something that I talked to you, talked to Tribe a bit about last week, and I guess like I guess I'll just like go into it because it's something I've thought about a bit for these last few days. And it's gonna blow you up if it catches up with you.
Yeah.
So I think that one of the reasons I've run into this like creative block / like a little bit of burnout in certain things is because Try is such a thorough writer and like knows like tests, like tries out a whole bunch of different things and is like very, very good at going into details and stuff. And I think that if you kind of go back and you look at the videos that I've done, it's kind of like I don't have like a lot of the detail that perhaps he does, but it's more of a
There's a
hey,
whole
like here's some like little things that I think are cool and like I'm going to talk about this stuff. But you're like so good with the numbers.
I mean, I absolutely do not think of myself as a numbers guy. I hate math, but
So good at like seeing the numbers and like saying like here's like these are the numbers that I'm seeing.
but
Like these you know.
see,
these
like
are,
you're so good at like, I mean, things that like I would not enjoy making videos about flash cartridges. I would
Right.
not enjoy making videos about hacks. I would not enjoy making videos about save preservation. I mean, I care about save preservation, but like you just like, that's a subject that makes you light up, you know?
Well, but that's the thing that I think that I've been like one of the reasons I've been having like a trouble, and I've like now that I've kind of like realized it, is that I think that in like maybe even like the last year and a half or so, I feel as though I have fallen into like a mentality that I have to write about stuff the same way as you do.
Right.
Where like, you know, you just like a lot of stuff that I like that is like sometimes very difficult for me to like fully wrap my head around and also explain. And I think when with that happening, I've I've figured out I've lost track of like how to like explain things and make videos as myself.
Right. Well, and I think that's important because I mean, like I said, like I would say like probably a majority of the videos that you make are like videos I am interested in and want to watch, but like videos I probably wouldn't enjoy making myself. So I think, you know, just like I say, like the save file preservation and stuff like that, like I'm interested in, but like I don't I don't want to learn about that myself. You know, I don't
Right.
I don't want, like, I'd rather learn about it from your video than be the one that learns about it to do it. And so, like,
Yeah.
you need, you know, so I mean, it's already true that Coury videos are not try videos, and maybe you forgot that.
Right. But yeah, but that, like, I have, like, somehow along the way just, like, fallen into, like, the feeling that I need to, like write about stuff, like, more in the same way as you do. And that, like, it just took me to come, like, to realize, like, I don't need to do that. And I think that by trying to do that, it was, like, kind of making it, like, not as fun for me to make videos. Like, I was just getting caught into, like, a certain mentality of, like, that I would just, like, feel so, like, it just made it so that writing was really, really difficult for me. Just that, I mean, like, I don't know exactly, like, if I'm explaining it exactly the way that I'm meaning to, but that's
I mean, you know, I was thinking earlier today, like, I just finished my first draft, and, like, I feel like I have, like, kind of gone over, like, the individual parts of the script for the projectors video less than I generally have, like, on like my first pass. Like, I feel like the first draft is messier than it normally is for me. Just because it was, like, so much, like, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like it's going to have a lot of cleanup, a lot of streamlining. Like, it's...
Well, there's a lot of stuff that you're figuring out as you go, too.
Right. So it's interesting. I've got some people looking over the script, and you know, it's I'm definitely gonna be cleaning it up a lot. But, like, I was thinking today, like, when did I start writing this? Like, somehow, like, this, like, I do not have time to make the video this long. Like, somehow it's like 15 or 16 pages or something like that right now. It's really, really stupid. And I'm oh, I see, I have limited flappies. I can only flap so many times. And, like, I feel like I've been working on that script for, like, 2 weeks. And, like, really, I started it, like, last Saturday. That kind of blew my mind. I'm like, wow, really?
That's pretty crazy, really. So, and that's, like, another thing I think about a bit. And, like, you're really good at, like, putting stuff in there that, you know, that is not is like unexpected, I suppose. And,
well, like, there's like something
that's a big part of it, is that sometimes people are like, oh, I hope that they, like, do this comparison and this and that, you know. And I feel, at least for me, like, I always feel like I spend a lot of energy just kind of trying to think of, like, different situations where people might be interested to see, like, oh, this comparison. But, you know, like, it's like, it's, in a way, it's just trying to anticipate what people are gonna, like, want. So, I don't know. Like, I feel better about it, and, you know, the
what is that?
Super HD System 3 video is gonna be, you know, it's just gonna be me, like, talking about the things that I think are cool and things I don't think are cool. I'm not gonna, like, go on and on and on about stuff, or just, like, in, like, numbers and, you know, and stuff like that. Like, I just, like, or, you know, it's gonna be more of a casual video. It's just, like, it's really just me trying to refine my voice, my video voice, I suppose.
Oh, I gotta get one more.
There's several donations that I missed. There was $5 from Tender Brew.
Thank you.
Thank you, saying, good evening, fellas. Enjoying the stream after missing a few, adding a new member to the family. Glad to be back. All the best. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. It's such a surreal time. Like, all this build up, waiting for that baby. And then once the baby's there, then everything is forever changed. And then it's not very long that you forget what it was like without having everybody around. But congratulations. There was a $4.99 from Shane Kirby. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry if you explained it at some point, but I've always wondered how you two met. Thanks for the years of entertainment.
Oh, we were friends on the Backloggery first.
Yep, that's exactly where we met. And we both had a similar video background, and just became friends throughout that. I mean, is it gonna be what is it, 8 years? It's gonna be 8 years since we started the channel.
I was thinking about it the other day.
I forgot how old I was today.
I do that often.
Yeah.
I was thinking about how the first time we met in person was probably sports. The first time, what was the first MagFest that we were? I can't.
I want to say it was it 2012 probably, or 2011.
It was
either 2011 or 2012.
The Vita was out. Because I remember you. I remember at dinner, we were at a table with a bunch of Backloggery people, and you had just beaten Persona 4. I remember you were you were checking if everyone at the table had beaten Persona 4 before talking about something that happens near the end.
Right.
And so I just distinctly remember that. So it must have been the MagFest after the Vita version of Persona 4 came out.
Yes, it was something like that.
So anyway, yeah, so I was thinking about how we, ever since then, this is the, I got 12 out of 10. Right now is the longest it's ever, we have not seen each other since the first time we met in person. We haven't seen each other in person since November 2019.
Oh yeah, since Retrode, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was $2 from Black Raven. Thank you. Saying, have either of you played Super Hot or Super Hot? I'd recommend. I have Super Hot for the PSVR.
Yeah, I also have Super Hot for the PSVR, and I watched my cousin's son play it and get very, very sweaty before Thanksgiving dinner.
I don't want to play that
on my PSVR. But I have not played my copy myself. I've only watched my cousin's son play my copy. You know what? I want to get. Like I think I'm gonna have to like figure out how to get this from my optometrist. But I want to get the whatever the particular form that you need your prescription in. I want to get those like prescription VR lenses that you can get for VR headsets. Like it's like VRoptician.com. Like, I mean, I don't know for sure how great it is or not, but like you can get prescription inserts for oh my goodness, how am I? Oh, okay, if you hit A, you like straighten out. So, oh, what, or if you hit, I don't know what straightening out.
That's kind of cool. So I mean, really, like this is like not golf at all. Like it's like golf, like the first like beginning of the game, but really it's like it's a one-button game. It's a one-button and
yeah, that's true.
Game.
I think it's pretty fun.
Like this is almost like it's almost like golf meets what is it, Quap?
Oh yeah. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I want like.
Oh my god.
I want to, even though like there's gonna be like, you know, a PSVR 2 eventually. Like, I still kind of want to get them for like they're like $60 or something like that to get
glasses.
the VR prescription VR thingers, so you don't have to wear your glasses in the PSVR helmet. Like I've got a lot of PSVR games, and I feel like I would be much more likely to play them sooner than later if I, you know, didn't have to wear my glasses in the headset, you know?
Yeah. Artemio, like I see that you're in the chat, and I want to show you the. I showed everybody else, but like I'll show you because you can see it before. So I didn't have a.
Look at how this guy bowls. He just you let go your arm and it just flies in whichever direction it's arm thing.
Artemio, I needed a PC engine for this Super HD System 3, and I reached out to Jason from Game Tech, and I bought one of those clear cases with a PC engine from him. He's able to put together. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm just really happy with like the way it came out. Like I think these cases is just like really goes a long way to show how high of quality they are. What's kind of interesting is like about the Super HD system and the Super SD System 3 is they are not officially supported by the Super SD System 3 or the Super HD System 3. They work, but like the case, and I think I said this in my first video, that it's kind of you know, it's like a little bit too small, so you have to loosen it a bit for it to fit on there. So because of that, it's not like officially supported. And I think there's something about the pins in the turbo, back of the turbo, that like are so much can be bent so much easier. So if it goes on there and it's a little bit too tight and it doesn't line up perfectly, then it can easily bend those pins. But I only had a Super Graphics outside of that. Well, I have my Duo R, but you know I can't use this with that. So, and the Super Graphics stuff is, if you're using a Super Graphics with this, you're like at more of a disadvantage. I mean, I can sum up my video saying if you just have a Super Graphics, don't buy the Super HD System 3. and you have like there's no reason to upgrade. I mean, in some ways, it might not be like the best upgrade you can make. I think. You know, I say this in the video too. Like the HDMI is cool, but I think that it's not nearly as exciting because you can't use the HDMI and the analog output at the same time. And I think that that's probably just me being spoiled by the pixel effects stuff. But I think it becomes less exciting if you can't do them both at the same time. But, you know, I'm really gonna push to get the video done. I don't know how long your video is gonna be before it's done, but my mom is coming to visit on Thursday, so I'm gonna try and finish it before then. Well, and like I've not worked on it. Like my brother left on Thursday, and so I didn't like work on it, like any chance to work on it at all, like while he was here. And plus, I was also waiting. There was also a new firmware that I was waiting on, and now like that new firmware is out. But then my brother was here, and then I got sick, and I couldn't record any voiceover or anything like that because of my voice and my cough.
Yeah, I mean, my video, I mean, hopefully will be done in 2-ish weeks.
Yeah, you got like a certain deadline.
Yeah, well, I mean, the review unit that was sent to us was like, you know, kind of sent under the expectation that there would be a review on the channel. You know, it's going to be a very mixed review, though. It'll be it'll be interesting if they send us anything again. I mean, there's like I like got super upset. I'm not gonna say what it is because I think it's just this really awesome, surprising thing. It's not specific to the projector we were sent, but it's about how the 4K projectors work, or at least some 4K projectors work. And I think it's actually like super interesting and kind of useful.
Yeah.
So that was like something I figured out. I read about something and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I was testing something on the projector. I'm like, well, why does it look like that? And then it was just like one of those just like moments where it's like, whoa, that is actually really cool. It's an interesting, like it's definitely it's kind of a different video because it's like this is like where I'm at with projectors right now, you know, and it's like. I guess in some ways it's a little bit like the 3DS video where it's like, ooh, the bathroom. It's a little bit like the 3DS video where it's like, okay, here's like all this interesting stuff we have to talk about, but like, you know, like, I think it's going to be an interesting video for people who, like, are curious about projectors, but haven't decided, like, how or if they want to approach it yet. And, I think, like, sort of my sort of experience with it is going to be very different from a lot of people's, in the sense that like I'm really curious about how they handle like older resolutions and things like that, and most people probably only care about like how does it handle 4K and HDR, and I'm like ooh, but these old projectors are native 720p. That's kind of cool. Oh,
There's a couple of
turkey.
donations that I missed earlier. I need to get back to, and there was like there was a 25 QAR from John Matthews.
Thank you.
With a whole bunch of weird things saying, "Bet you've never seen this language," with a smiley face. Is it even really a language? I don't know.
What was it? Like a unfamiliar script?
Yeah, it's like little like swirlies and stuff.
I mean, it's probably a language we've seen, but we're unable to identify.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I've never seen it before in my life.
But
there's also $5 from Jonathan Hinson. Thank you. Saying, have either of you played Cyber Shadow? Also, have you bought Axiom Verge 2 yet, or waiting for a physical? I'm waiting for physical on both of those. I'm sure that it'll happen with both. Well, I know that Axiom Verge is definitely.
Yeah, that's good.
2 is happening. Well, the thing is like they're like Limited Run is doing Axiom Verge 2, but they're also there's also.
Oh, did they confirm that already?
Yeah, the other day, like the day that it was like, hey, it's out now. But they're also doing a version that has 1 and 2 on the same cartridge.
Oh.
I don't know why. Like maybe you just want to have both versions, but
I want to get.
I will rebuy that, just the one with 1 and 2 on it. Hopefully it doesn't. It's not like there's less of a reason.
I'm going to get the PlayStation version of it, assuming that's an option, because
I'm not sure if there is. Like I think it might be.
Well, the Switch version kind of annoys me because jump is tied to confirm, and that makes it so that like if you want jump on B, it would be B confirm, and that kind of annoys me. So I mean, I could play the Switch version, but I'd rather not. Also, am I a companion cube? I think I'm a companion cube.
So that language, by the way, is Malayalam, apparently.
Okay, maybe I have not seen it before.
And it translates to "this channel is cool."
Well, thank you.
And then there was also $2 from Bitspasm. Thank you. Saying, have you all tried the new CRT FX on the RetroTink 5X?
Yeah. They're pretty neat. I like the I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to mean, but there's one called int mod. I don't know if it's like intelligent mod or internal mod, or I'm not sure what it's exactly supposed to mean, but and there's this new-ish setting called pre-emphasis filter, and if you set it to like -2, 1, 2, or 3, then it's like a little blurrier. Like I guess mainly on the horizontal axis, and that makes the scan lines, I think, look a lot more authentic. So it's pretty cool. So I like to do like -2 with int mod 50%, and I think it looks really good. The aperture grill and PVM ones are also really cool, but I think I'm not positive, but I think they only really work right at on 1440p.
Yeah, I mean we had a little bit of a preview to it, like 1.64 before it came out, and I tried that out a little bit, but I didn't have an opportunity to get too crazy. And I think that it's been significantly improved even in 167. I've not used 167 like barely at all. $167.
Whoa.
Like I do wonder how long this is. Like And I like that you can basically just sit here and just turn your brain off, kind of.
Yeah. It's a good game if you just want to have a stupid time, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, I think I saw Artemio mention that like the main thing, like the coolest thing about the Super HD System 3 Pro is the composite palette.
Yeah.
That is the coolest part about it.
Absolutely. I'm still unclear on the HDMI situation. Like it's not constructed from, or okay, I guess I'm confused because you were saying something like you don't think the RGB uses the actual RGB pins. Is it reconstructing it? Is it reconstructing it from digital?
Yeah. Right, like some of the pinouts, like it has like it's reconstructing it as a digital image.
So does that mean there's no jail bars?
Correct.
See, I could have swore when it was first announced, I thought I could have swore it was said that the HDMI was converted from analog. But maybe I misunderstood.
No. I mean, no, it's like so the main reason like it doesn't work on the like why it's not the best choice for the super graphics.
Oh, look at this. Speaking of.
Oh. Yeah, that's funny. But the reason it's not the the best thing for the super graphics is because because the VDP, like the second VDP on the super graphics doesn't have a pinout. So the Super HD System 3 will be emulating that second VDP on the FPGA no matter what. So you're not you will never be able to take advantage of the actual super graphics hardware because it uses it creates that digital it recreates the image from the digital pinouts. So it has to fill in those gaps with the FPGA. So there's just no way to use the hardware of your super graphics.
All the golf clubs.
If you want to use that hardware, and you have, that's why it's better if you have the SSDS3. May as well just stick with that if you just have a super graphics.
Oh look, I can pick up a golf club and shoot out of it. I can shoot a bullet with the golf club. Oh, it's a spread bullet. It's pretty good. And the clock only moves even in the hub area when I putt.
That's fun. That's fun that they're just like putting like references to the games that they like. So I got this and I got Untitled Goose Game at the same time.
Oh yeah, have you tried Untitled Goose Game?
No. I have heard that this version, this new version that came through Best Buy, has like all patches and stuff on the cartridge. The ones that came with, or the people might have gotten directly from IM8-bit has that stuff on it.
Oh really?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know for sure.
Oh.
Can't tell you for sure.
So Untitled Goose Game was also IM8-bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I have Golf Story. I've not played. I've heard like so many good things about it.
I feel like that's a game that people don't talk about as much as they used to. I have it too, and I tried to play it one time, and I guess I just was it didn't seem bad, but it also just didn't seem like what I was in the mood for at the time.
I see that Kane Senpai is saying, "I love Untitled Goose Game. It's so much fun." Is it you think it'd be a good game for kids? It seems like it would be.
Or is it shockingly inappropriate for kids? I wouldn't expect.
I wouldn't expect it to be.
I wouldn't expect it to be, but
they might think it's just like stupid fun, which I might think is just stupid. But you just never know. You know. I've been thinking like, so my kids usually go to sleep to like podcasts and stuff. They've been going to sleep to podcasts. Yeah, well,
seems so weird to me.
Yeah, well, it's got me kind of thinking about like different podcasts out there that I can't believe that they don't exist, and it's like I wonder if I could like help fill like a certain gaps of stuff. Where the thing I like is that they listen to stuff where it's like stories or certain things, and it's just the information. It's not two people hanging out and just talking about it. It's like it's a scripted story, or like, you know, just like a biography of a person. Like, so my kids and I are like, we're almost to the end of like all the Marvel movies. Like, we just finished Ant-Man and the Wasp last night, and I really wanted to find a podcast that was maybe just like a scripted, like even it's as simple as like a Wikipedia entry of a character, and it's like maybe 15 minutes long, and it just gives you their history and background, and not like people talking, but it's just like this information. And like that'd be like a great way to just like learn about people, and you don't want to sit there if you don't feel like you want to sit there and like read all this stuff, you know, you just want to kind of listen to it. Because that's what I wanted him to be able to listen to and go to sleep to. You know, like maybe we can, you know, listen. He can listen to a podcast of like, you know, the history of Ant-Man. We just watched that, right? And it's just like that's all it is. It's not two people talking. You know, I found what I thought it was gonna be it, and then it goes for a minute, and then they like are like start like swearing and everything. It's like, we can't listen to this. Like, this is not something that I'm gonna listen to with my 6-year-old son. But then it got me just thinking, it's like, well, I wonder if certain things like this exist for games. Like, why not write like a 15-minute bit like on a game, or
well, yeah, well, I mean, there's
background on something where it's just like it's not people conversing about it. It's just the information.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a podcast guy generally, but like, you know, like when I was on a work trip one time, you know, the guy who was driving was listening to podcasts, and they were just like history podcasts. And, you know, they were just like, you know, some writer, and he was, you know, telling like he was telling about a historical event that he researched. Like, yeah. It was just one guy talking, though, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of things that I would like, you know, that my kids... What is kind of interesting is, like, there is a lot of them, like, a lot of stuff like that my daughter listens to, that are similar, you know, like, what was she listening to? There's one about like awesome women in history. You know, like each one's about somebody different. And you know, I was looking for something like this, like along that same lines, but like for like Marvel characters. Like that would have been super cool. I see. There's $4.99 from you.
Oh, I'm toast now.
I'm assuming that it's gonna be. There's two ways that this could be pronounced. I feel like it's either Chill Rhino, or I'm guessing it's probably Chillerino. Chillerino.
I think it's Chill Rhino, but Chillerino is pretty cool too.
Yeah. You go either way. I'll be curious.
It makes me think of Mega Man X boss.
Not Icy Penguigo.
Not Icy Penguigo. And I mean, you know, it'd be like the Mega Man X9 ice enemy.
Okay, so so it is Chill Rhino, but you can see how it can be say is Chill Hino.
Chillerino.
Yeah.
I know Chillerino.
Chill Rhino is saying Mary Marvelite on YouTube is good for that. And that's cool. That's cool. We can do like YouTube videos probably too, and just listen to the audio. So Chill Rhino is saying like that's the first, but now you can kind of see where Chillerino like can kind of works. It's like the hidden word.
Oh, I'm an egg.
Okay, Kane Senpai says, did you know gaming has a few hour-long podcasts on YouTube, in addition to many 30-minute videos that are enjoyable to listen? That's a good way to do it, too. I wonder if... I feel as though... if this doesn't exist... Or if this exists, I apologize, but I feel like Did You Know Gaming might be leaving some money on the table by not having podcast versions, like audio-only podcast versions of their videos.
I mean, I really don't know much about how easy it is to monetize podcasts.
If you're just taking the just taking the videos and putting it on in audio form, like it should be. I mean, I was doing it with a podcast or this live streams for a long time.
Right. The videos probably make more money though, so.
Right. But I feel as though there could be some money left on the table there. If they were to make a audio-only version of their videos, I would listen. I play them for my kids. Doc Dragon and Zanzia saying that I should look at Toy Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I've heard that. Whoa! Oh, I can cross through the middle? So I know you played through it probably almost right when it came out, but I played the Final Fantasy VII Yuffie DLC this week, and I cannot stop thinking about how much I love the battle theme in that.
I didn't even pick up that it was a reference to anything, I guess.
Well, it's a mixture of both Yuffie's theme and the Wutai theme. They're melded.
I mean, I don't really even remember the Wutai thing.
Oh, see, that's the thing. Yuffie's theme and the Wutai theme, I don't think they're particularly good. They're definitely some of the weaker tracks in the original Final Fantasy VII, but they're just really good in this. Overall, though, I thought it was fun, but the story didn't really do anything.
No, it didn't.
It was neat seeing some of the scenes in the end.
I feel as though Scarlett's model was significantly improved, though.
Do you think? I'm sure it was the same.
No, I feel like it was.
I'm sure it was the same.
I'm pretty sure, at least, that that they improved her model a bit.
I mean, she wasn't really. I mean,
I'm not talking about her face. I'm feeling like is that they.
I think it's the
These
same.
things look a little bit better.
I mean, she's not really in the main game that much, which I mean,
down. That's what I'm saying. You gotta shoot down here.
She was like, I mean, she really didn't appear much in the Midgar section of the original game either. So she's definitely kind of a later in the story character.
Yeah, I see that CBL's talking about the Happy Turtle theme.
Yeah,
it's like the stupidest thing, like those different.
I thought it was kind of like hilarious though. Like it feels like they're. I really don't understand the mechanics here.
You gotta launch over it.
Maybe I just hold the button? No. But yeah, like it's kind of funny because I mean that like there's like a turtle bar in Wutai in the original, but like this definitely like kind of has this vibe of like they've turned it into this like it's like big deal. Like I feel like they're like Wutai is going to have to be a lot larger than it was in the original game. Like I don't think you ever even have to go to Wutai. Well, no, I don't think you have to go to Wutai at all in the original. So, like, I mean, I feel like it's got to be a big city for it to like be plausible that like they, you know, stood any chance at fighting Shinra, you know?
Right.
Like it's got to be, it has to be a way bigger city or country or whatever.
Well, we'll hopefully get to find out in probably 10 years.
Well, I mean,
I'll be excited to see, you know, like how big it is on the PS6.
Well,
like they have to, you know, they'll make it so that you can they have to wait for the PS6 because it's just not going to be capable. Anything before.
Wutai is more complex than Midgar.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like by, you know, the original game, I would guess that Wutai would be more of like a part 3 thing, you know, depending on how they divide it up. But I feel like they're going to put it in part 2.
But like other than that, like you said there's a lot of references to like Dirge of Cerberus or
Well,
something like that. I never played that, so I guess that maybe makes sense.
Like all of the, I mean, the enemies that you fight at the end are like from Dirge of Cerberus. Recommend undocking your console for this course. If you're unable to move around freely at this point, you can change the controls.
Oh, is it gonna be like a?
I can't even see it. I can't even see anything.
Oh, do you have to like go like this? Like it's one of those boards or whatever?
Oh. What? Whoa, it's like...
Is it like a...
It's like VR or something. Oh, okay, this is kind of cool. Can you see this in any way, shape, or form? Like, sort of?
Definitely not.
See, like you can like see the trees.
Oh, it's like a first-person view.
Yeah, it's like it like turns all the way around. And it's I wish I could stream it. First person golf. Let's see if the next one is not like that. Oh no, it is. I mean, it's kind of awesome, but I can't share it. Well, it shouldn't last long. This is pretty neat. I wish you could see. This is definitely very cool. Well, there's a horse.
I gotta keep.
There's
Not
a
everybody has story
horse
here.
with like balloons
The
on its
horse?
feet. It's dead though. It's a dead horse.
Can you try the magazine camera?
Not unless I had a way to mount it to my head.
Oh.
Well, what is this? Like, some of these levels are like jump and flash.
Oh, so there's multiple then.
There's several, yeah. It looks like I'm about to go into the last one. What is this? What am I trying to do here? This is fun though. This feels like VR. This is clever. I wish more Switch games would do this actually. Okay, I think that was that. Whoa, that's fun.
Did you get through all of them?
Yeah, I guess it was all of them. I mean, it unlocked the boss stage. The music in this reminds me of something, and it's driving me nuts, and I can't think of what it is. I think it's something from Kirby?
What?
The music in these boss fights.
Oh, I don't. Maybe is it surprisingly good?
It just like it gets really fast. Oh, I see. What does it make me think of?
I don't know.
The music sounds like a little cool. I mean, in general, yes, but like the music in those boss stages specifically. Look at this poor turtle. Oh, they're all turtles.
Say your prayers.
Twiddles. The happy turtle. I actually really liked the. I didn't think I would, but like I spent weirdly. I mean, I got the trophy for being the Grandmaster in Fort Condor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
It was
think
like
it's like super into it. I understand how it's fun, but it's it's like tower defense.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think I would like it, but I don't know. I had fun with it for some reason. Ooh. Is it story time? Golf along.
I wonder how many levels there are in this.
I mean, it moves between things like so crazy fast.
Yeah. So the guy, I'm not sure if you saw the email that we got, or if you even know about it. There's that thing that's coming out, like the SNES Music Maker thing. You know what I'm talking about? That cartridge, that MIDI cartridge.
Oh, yeah. I don't know much about it, but yeah, I saw something about it.
The what is it called? The Super MIDI pack.
Mm-hmm.
So the person who created that sent us an email.
Oh no.
On Saturday. And it says,
do I not want to hit them? Oh no. Oh, okay.
That they are reaching out to creators who might be interested in demoing the Super MIDI pack on their channels. And, I don't know how to play piano or synthesizer or
yeah, I could never
anything like that. But I was like, I would totally like to do something with it. And I said I would straight up if wanted to do something, I would buy a mini MIDI keyboard and I would love just to mess around with it.
I mean, I couldn't begin to. Dave would be really good for it.
Yeah. Sure, but I mean, I'm just very interested in it, just because I just think it seems really neat. Whether or not I can play it, but maybe it would inspire me to just try out different stuff.
There's no way I could do a darn thing with it. I could play the first few notes of the Mario theme and the first few notes of the Final Fantasy Battle theme, and after that, I got nothing.
Yeah, but you could learn.
No, I could not. I am a totally lost cause. Trust me.
Okay, so Dingus Clerk is saying getting a Kai MPK Mini, they're around $100. Yeah, I was just looking at one of those specifically. It's like $120, I think, and I would totally buy it. It's just tiny. It has little drum pads and stuff on it that you can just even if I just did a stream with it where I don't even know how to play, I wonder if that would be any fun. But maybe we could get the creator of the Super MIDI pack on here with us or something like that. Because I just think it'd be fun to mess around with.
I mean, have you ever
No.
Do you understand
really.
anything about
I have
music?
A little bit, but I've never made music. Like anything remotely good. But I mean, you're just sitting there. It's not like you gotta play it. You can piece it together note by note and just record them, and then it will. It's not like you gotta play it live.
I mean, I mean, without even looking at it, I know it would be a total waste on me. I cannot. I have no musical aptitude. I struggle to differentiate notes at all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could play Smoke on the Water on it at the very least. But maybe if they get back to me, and I was to buy say the Akai, that was $118. It's the MPK mini, or it's the MPK Mini MK3. It's $118, and I think it'd be fun to just get it and mess around with it. And maybe I'd learn something.
Maybe you would. I wouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, it comes with software. Like,
what's it going to say at the end here? It's definitely going to be a Metal Gear reference.
Metal Gear one.
Solid move.
I mean, I played drums in high school, not like in band or anything like that, but I played drums a bit, like from like 95 to 99 probably.
Yeah, you know, like I mean, it's difficult to explain because it's like, it's not like I can't like recognize or appreciate music, but like I struggle to, like, if you were just to play a bunch of notes and ask me, are these notes, you know, which notes are higher, which notes are lower, which notes are the same, I couldn't tell you. Like,
so when I go which one is higher?
the second one was higher.
Yeah.
Like I can't, but like when it's like all in a row. I mean, here's the example I can give you.
I mean,
that I don't know.
Oh,
were they all the same?
No.
Okay, they were getting higher.
Yeah.
But like, okay, here's what blew my mind. Like years and years and years ago, friend showed me how to play the beginning of the Final Fantasy battle theme on the piano, which is just da na 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 da na da na 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 da da, and like totally blew my mind that da na 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 is like one note. It's like I think is it 6 dun 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 dun, and then 2 lower dun dun, then the same
it
2
blew your
again.
mind, but doesn't that make you think like maybe this is a little bit easier than I thought it was?
Well, I know that, but in my mind, like those were like, those could have been that dun 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 dun, like those could have been anywhere on like the, you know, the high-low note spectrum. Like,
yeah, well,
like
that sounds exactly like somebody who doesn't like know how to read or play any music.
Well, no, I mean there's definitely an aptitude to it. There's a natural aptitude to, you know, having perfect pitch and stuff like that. I mean, you know, and like absolutely. I have like negative perfect pitch.
I think there is certainly like people are more like have an aptitude for it for sure. Like, I mean, I'm certainly not musically inclined and like making my own stuff, but I think that it's like that's different than I think than what you're describing. I feel as though you probably would be able to like just if you can sit there and you can like just like spend a little bit of time each day like learning how to read and speak Japanese, heck, I think that you could do the same thing with music and probably pick it up.
Trust me, it's a lost cause.
Oh, I think you'd surprise yourself.
No,
I believe.
No.
Okay.
Was that supposed to be Nobi Nobi
Is this like
Boy?
Nabi Nabi Boy, you think?
That's all I could think of.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Well, if he gets back to me, I'm gonna get one of those the Akai keyboards, and I'm gonna mess around with it. I think I'll figure it out to some extent. I mean, I'm not expecting it to be. It's like Mario Paint with music.
Which I can't make anything in Mario Paint.
Yeah, I don't know. You've made some pretty good stuff in Mario Paint.
I mean, art. I can't do music in it though.
Music is art.
Sure, but I can't make I can't make musical art in Mario Paint.
That exists though, doesn't it? Isn't it possible to do that in it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I can't do the musical part of Mario Paint.
Well, I believe that you could do it.
No.
I'm gonna believe that you can do it.
No, your belief is like so beyond misguided.
I'm still gonna believe it to some extent. I believe that you could make it happen.
I feel like I'm like almost in disbelief that you like are like so insistent that like maybe I could learn this, because I feel like I feel like you should know me better than to think that.
I think you could learn it, but just learning it doesn't mean that you'd be good at it.
No, I could not learn it. I could not learn music.
Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, if they get back to me, like I'll definitely give it a shot.
Oh yeah, I mean you should give it a shot for sure.
Maybe I have some untapped musical talent within me.
Maybe so. Oh, I gotta watch it. I think it was in the middle.
I mean, it's certainly something that interests me.
Oh gosh, that was pretty fast.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Zimzalagolf.
I don't have to get it right the first time? Wait a second. What's going on here? Ah, you tricked me.
So I saw someone was saying that they had the Akai Professional MK2. So I assume the MK2 is not still around.
Oh, I gotta have.
It seems to be the most popular one though.
How many more crowns do I need to have? 4 more? 4 more crowns. What were the ones in... Oh, the stealth ones. Sure, why not?
The MK2, but do they still... Oh, I mean, I could probably buy a used one, but I'm gonna actually give it a shot. I'll buy one of these. This thing looks like it's like the footprint of it is so tiny. You can put it in a backpack.
Knock all cats off the island.
And it has a little analog stick on it. This keyboard, it has an analog stick that is an innovative 4-way thumbstick for dynamic pitch and modulation control.
Cat just fell over.
Plus a built-in arpeggiator with adjustable resolution, range, and modes. That's cool. That's real cool. Yeah, so it's about a foot long. That's. I can
it,
just put that right over here.
why is it not shooting that cat? There it goes, but it
Maybe
got me. No, I was trying to get the camera laser to shoot the cat. I have to knock all cats off the island. But there's only one cat I actually have to do it because the others are like in range of the laser at the beginning. This cat just like falls over.
I can kind of hear the music coming from your microphone, and it sounds like it's sneaky.
A little bit.
It sounds like sneaky music.
No cats allowed. Oh, this one was tough. They're gonna limit me to only 3 shots.
Oh, and all these have like harder versions of them too. You can replay the same levels. And they have
Right.
different challenges.
Well, every once in a while. I mean, some of them are not just harder versions. They're like some of them are like actually pretty different, I think.
Like I've seen ones that are like the ones I played. It's like you got to race.
But the like there's every once in a while there's a sort of part where you can't get through there's like a checkpoint where you can't get through unless you've done like so many crowns.
Yeah. So with this keyboard, I see that someone's saying, Sean Quinn is saying, can we copy that Ferris Bueller scene with the Akai, but with tries woo? Woo! Please make that happen. I will send a donation. So is it possible with this Akai thing to like take voice samples or like audio samples and like?
I mean, Super Nintendo is sample based.
Yeah. Because that sounds like really fun to make like a soundboard.
Oh yes.
Make a soundboard for the stream. You know, like I'd have to make my own version of farting around. Farting around is my son's favorite song.
That's just like a free. That's just like a license-free music track.
Yeah. Like farting around is my son's favorite song. Oh, you know, I should share. I was just recently, like, I don't know how it came back up, but
Oh my gosh! Ah! I was caught off guard by that.
I was just recently talking to somebody about the website Cameo. And
That doesn't sound familiar.
and I remember the cameo that we got from Colonel Campbell.
Oh yeah. That's right.
And I found it again.
Yeah,
I'm going to share it with the chat.
Is it just a link? Is it
Yeah.
still exist? Oh, it still exists as a link. Okay, I downloaded it and saved it because I didn't.
From our good friend Scott Davis. Let me make sure this works here.
Yeah, we got Colonel Campbell talking about us.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Hopefully this will work.
Yeah, I have that on my computer. Like
Yeah, I downloaded it too.
I thought that it was like I definitely thought it would like go away.
I thought I would too, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, how long ago did we get that?
Maybe a year, maybe 2
Yeah,
years
it's
ago.
about a year ago. It was last a year, a little bit over a year ago. But I thought that was real fun. I forgot about that because I have this idea that like, what do you get somebody for Christmas? Like I was thinking about like, what do I get my mom for Christmas? And I was thinking about like, wouldn't it be? We just got her like a bunch of cameos. from people, from like different people. So like that's like one of the things that we thought about. But my daughter's been like watching the show Fuller House, and we saw that some of the actors were on there, and we thought it'd be funny to get her a cameo saying like, you shouldn't spend so much time watching Fuller House.
You know, the thing that kind of surprises me about that website, I mean, I've never really looked at it aside from like, you know, the one that we got, and then, you know, I've seen others that other people have gotten. But like, you know, don't some actors like have it like in their contract that they're like not allowed to like use their like the character's voice? Like I feel like
I'm sure, but a lot of those people on there, you know, like there's not like a lot of like serious A-list people on there.
Right. I remember a long time ago hearing that like what was his name? Dan Castellaneta, or what, the guy does Homer Simpson. Like I remember hearing a long time ago that like, you know, he was like not allowed to use like that voice like outside the show, and like I have seen like maybe like one clip of him like actually doing Homer's voice, and it's like really surreal because like for the longest time I felt like that's just like a voice that I can like not envision coming out of a real human's mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I guess a lot of cartoon voices can be like that.
Yeah, you know, I have like this little voice that I do that my kids just like get a real kick out of it, and they're like, how do you do that? And I'm like, you know, I don't really know how I do it. Yeah, I'll say like different things, but it, like, I don't know how I discovered that I could do it, but it's really fun to like sing like little songs. So stealth. I mean,
I don't
I
understand
do it right
why I won, because I was the cow and I got captured.
now. You're like sucking the people up.
I'm sucking the cows up.
Not the cows.
They don't have shadows though, so it's
You
kind of
gotta
hard to
start
tell
saying,
where
do the
they
voice,
are.
do the voice. I mean, my favorite thing is to sing when I do it, and I always go. And they really get a big kick out of me doing that one.
You know, I learned not that long ago that like the like the way that the Donald Duck voice is done, like there's like a technical term for like what you do to your voice to get that
Oh, really?
sound out of it. There's a term for this. I forget what it was, but
I have no idea.
I don't remember what the term is, but there is a term for it. There was, and I a few weeks ago, like over the course of a few weeks, I watched like the entirety of the DuckTales reboot.
Oh, you finished it all? It was like 70 some episodes, right?
No, not. Oh, yeah, I guess it was. It was like
You finished them all?
I finished. I mean, I watched like 2 to 5 episodes a night for like 3 weeks.
Are they like 20 minutes, or are they
They're like 23, 24 minutes ish.
Wow.
But it was. I mean, I was hooked. I was surprised how much I liked it. It was really good. And like the last episode of the first season, like this, there's like a few parts of the whole thing.
Oh, you talk about the thing that's like a moon reference.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, they're like the moon theme is actually kind of a big deal. It's used several times.
Really?
Like yeah, they actually like came up with like a story like it's like a lullaby that the triplets' mom like wrote for them like I mean I don't want to spoil it or anything, but yeah, I mean the moon theme is definitely used several times. It's pretty cool. But no, something that they do, well, I was gonna say though, something they do several times is like they'll have like some, like I don't know, like maybe 3 times in the series they had to come up with some excuse to make Donald like intelligible. Like because he like was like going to be like playing a bigger role in the story or something.
Yeah.
So like like in the last episode of the first season, like Gyro makes this like gives Donald this thing that like turns like it's supposed to turn like his thoughts into speech, and he like swallows it. And so like all of a sudden like Donald is like talking with this like really cool voice. And like and there's this one part where I forget exactly what the dialogue was, but like there's this one part where like Mrs. Beakley and Donald are on Donald's boat, and she's like, you're going to sail right into the storm. And he goes, I am the storm. And she says, are you like always saying stuff like that, or? He's like, definitely not. Like whenever they like pulled out like the like cool Donald voice, like they were like definitely not riding him like normal Donald, I feel.
Yeah.
Even though there was like an occasional like, oh, phooey.
Well, there's.
It was really good though.
I wasn't an avid viewer of the original show, so I think it was cool. I tried to get. I put it on for my kids to see if they wanted to watch it.
Like the original or the new one?
Yeah, I mean, I watched some of them, but it was not like an all-day thing or like everyday thing for me at all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the original show holds up pretty well, but I mean, I was very impressed with the reboot. I wasn't really sure what I would think, but I generally heard good things. Yeah, I mean, once I started watching it, I got pretty hooked. So I was like, well, I guess I'm watching this.
So, I see some people talking about the Super NT and Mega SG. They had orders. They opened orders and stuff for them, and I think that they are still open. I think that they probably had so many made. I think you can still order them.
I did hear that they were still available for a while, which I mean, you know, I mean, I think just go. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, there are plenty of very valid reasons to criticize analog, and you know, and Mister has become a big thing in the time since, you know, there's last been a big new analog launch, you know?
Right.
And so, I mean, the landscape is different now, but I mean, I'm not talking about analog specifically. I'm just kind of talking about like retro products in general, when people complain like about not being able to get stuff. And it's like, you know, it's always like, well, why don't they just make more? I mean, it sells out every time. Why don't they just make more? And it's like, well, okay, well, if the Super NTs and the Mega SGs are like still available now, like, I think that kind of goes to show that they were maybe not that far off the mark from the demand. Like, I mean, you know, people who make these products, I mean, retro gaming is neat. This is definitely going to have a Blast Core reference. Monster Golf? Huh? I thought it was going to be Blast Core. But like, you know, like people are taking like serious risk, like making, like investing money in making these like very niche devices and mods, and you know, I guess I just get annoyed when people like, I mean, yes, there are valid complaints to be made, but like when people just act like all of these retro products should just be made in more and more and more quantities. It's like, you know, you do not have the inside track on their business. Like, you don't know how much of a risk they're taking, like making this stuff. Like, it is a big risk, and you know, if they have like all this leftover inventory, like that's not good for them.
No. And I guess it's only frustrating also, like, I get frustrated when people say, or get angry when it's not available at the very moment that they want to buy it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
sometimes, you know, like, even if you're buying anything from any place else, like, sometimes it's not available the exact moment that you want to buy it.
Well, and that's why we put that bit in the N64 digital script, right? Like I mean, the thing is, like, I think they do a pretty good job. Like, Dan and Christoph have done a pretty good job of like keeping their products stocked, you know, as they can. And so I think I think we should trust them to make an amount of N64 digitals over time that will be realistic to sell. But you know, that's why we put that bit, like, don't get discouraged if it's not in stock right this second, because like, you wouldn't believe the comments we get where it's just like, well, it's not in stock, so
screw it.
Yeah.
Screw all the people
you can't buy it.
It's not in stock like at the exact time that I have watched this video.
Right, and so it's just like, well, so then they just have no interest. Like, you know, like, you just have to be minimally. I mean, I understand, you know, people are at work and stuff. They can't always be available when things are in stock. Although I think, like, in this community, though, that people generally try to make them available on like Saturdays and stuff. But you know, I get it. But you know, there's still people who like hold a grudge against limited run for their early days of, you know, they almost never do like they almost never do the like actual limited stuff anymore. Like, it's like there is an open pre-order window for almost everything now. And like, but some people like still are just like, anytime there's something.
Chemco games.
Huh?
Except for those Chemco games. Although some of those have open pre-orders too.
Yeah, I mean sometimes there are. Like, they've said, like, sometimes they still do them if they think that, like, it's a particular product where, like, the limited aspect,
right.
like,
I think
might be
that 25 or like the 25 dates game that I like bought for some reason. Like, that might have not been a
yeah, but like
that was a limited release.
Yeah, I mean, some of the really stupid stuff they sometimes do, but like you know, like, but people still hold a grudge over them for those early days. It's like, you know, you have like a month and a half to get like anything on there now. Like, it's like almost anything. Like, it is not hard, like, to get anything you want. Like, I mean, you know, I mean, people just get really mad about stuff not being in stock right when they want. Oh, this is kind of cool.
There's $2 from Shadow Mask. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, have either of you played Tim's game Truck Hack? I don't think Truck Hack is out. I feel like the only thing we've seen of Truck Hack is like maybe like less than 10 seconds of gameplay footage.
Is this Tim Rogers we're talking about?
Yeah.
Truck Hack definitely sounds like the name of a thing he would make.
Yeah, I don't think that it's out. Like, I think it's just he's been working on it for a long time. Unless it came out, unless it has come out now.
That is a great name for a game.
No, he didn't show us. Yeah, it'd be cool, but I mean, I think that cumulatively, we've probably seen less than 10 seconds across like anything. Like
is it a real
randomly...
game? I have not heard of this.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a real game. I assume that it's a real game. No, I mean, I don't know when it's gonna be out, but I think that whenever it mentions, he always shows like a half of a second of like gameplay footage. And I think like across everything, maybe I should like hunt down all of the truck heck footage and make a complete YouTube video on it, and it'd probably be like under 10 seconds. There's $5 from Container 7 with no message, but thank you. Yeah, I like in terms of like limited run stuff. I feel like the only thing at this point that I regret not getting is Shantae. What is it? Pirate's Curse on the Switch, and that's like it's like.
I mean, you've got I
have this PS4 version. Yeah.
But now you've got everything. You've got everything else on Switch now.
Yeah. But it sells for like a ton of money now.
That's wild. Like normally limited run stuff, like you'll see them in local game shops, and they're not expensive.
Things that don't sell. Like Henry Clark is saying, I regret not getting 2 Jedi games. Are they expensive now? I wonder if they're expensive.
I mean, you what am I? Oh, my thing is a bat.
There's also $10 from Mega X6 with no message, but thank you. I'm gonna see what the limited run games, like the most expensive games, are now. I'm gonna see what they are. I'm looking right now. I don't know if I can sort by price high to low.
Oh, did you see the $10 from Mega X6?
I look at it. So Shantae and the Pirate's Curse Collector's Edition is like the second highest amount.
Jeez.
Like the highest, or the new price, I guess. Like if you're buying it complete in box or whatever. The highest is Galf. That
really?
Yeah.
How did that work? That's what's that part of? It's related to some other game.
It's Golf Story.
Oh, okay. Like, was that like a separate purchase?
I think so. Let's see here. Like a lot of the classic editions are the ones that are like I don't buy any of the special editions unless it's something else. Although, Curse of the Moon Classic Edition is $200 now.
Really?
Which is one of the few that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I've mostly gotten those just because, we have the Tom Du Bois connection.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I feel I should have this. So how I was talking about like jail bars starting to appear on my OLED? Like orange seems to be like the worst color for it for some reason. Like I can definitely see it in this orange beach here. It's kind of alarming.
Surprisingly, a lot of these are like complete in box. They're like over $100.
And like most of them could have been so easy to get. Like some of the collectors, I don't really know. Like some of the collector's editions these days may some of the collector's editions might actually be limited more often than the
Right.
than like the just the standard editions, but oh, come on. But like I think a lot of collectors, a good number of collector's editions, you if you wanted it, you could have got it. It would not have been difficult.
There's $10 from Ricky Pond. Thank you. Saying hello. I've been looking into the Mega SG since Analog has them restocked, and was wondering if you had any recommendations for games that aren't part of the regular Genesis collection. What do you mean by regular Genesis collection? It's like on
like just like the usual picks. I mean, don't forget Master System, Game Gear. I see myself mostly playing my Master System cartridges on the Mega SG going forward because, especially with being able to pause it on the the controller with the M30 controller, just kind of makes a huge difference. Not having to use it on the system. I mean, even using a power-based mini on a Genesis is still a little inconvenient. And of course, the Game Gear. I mean, it's the only tool I have for playing my Game Gear cartridges.
Usually picks or games that are normally part of Genesis compilation.
Something I played. What was it, earlier this year, or was it last year? I think it was last year. It was kind of tough at first, but then it clicked and it ended up being kind of a really fair but challenging game. Was eSWAT. I really enjoyed that by the end. And something that, you streamed not that long ago and I got because I just thought it looked really interesting. I haven't played much of it, but its soundtrack is insanely good. It's Jewel Master. That is, from the little bit I've played and just left the title demo playing. There is some really good music in that game. Insanely good music.
Yeah. So my two picks, this is what you're looking for. I'm not sure if this would be considered one. Sorry about the glare. It's Herzog's Y. I feel like it's a good pick for an awesome game.
An unsung gem.
Yeah.
Didn't Joe talk about that not that long ago, saying that he
and
didn't...
then Sega Ages, because I got a Sega Ages on the Switch, and another one is Starflight.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's kind of gotten a little attention lately, just because it's sort of similar to No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Yeah. So the two that I just picked out at a glance.
I don't know if you have much experience or opinions on Echo, the dolphin, at all. Well,
the first one, not so much the second one. I don't even have things at time. I don't think.
Well,
that's expensive.
Well, I was looking them up not that long ago because Video Game World, last time I was there, had a ton of copies of what even am I?
Are you a crab?
But look at the weird long legs that stick behind. I thought I was a crab at first, but it's...
Are you a crayfish?
I don't know what I am. An octopus? I must be an octopus? I don't know. But they had a ton. They had probably like 3 or 4 copies each of like the Sega CD versions. They were only like $30, or one of them might have been like 25 or something.
Of the first one?
Like the first and second one.
Oh.
And I like almost got them, but then I was like, I looked on eBay and I saw that that the cartridge versions are cheaper, and I feel like I'm more likely to play the cartridge versions anyway. Even though, like,
yeah, the CD games have really, really cool music, though.
So I mean, don't the Genesis versions have pretty cool music too, though?
Definitely. But the CD music is kind of like a different beast. It's like it was ahead of its time, I believe.
I mean, I may end up getting them the next time I go, but I was unsure because I was like, well, the cartridge versions don't appear to be that expensive, so maybe I should just. This is weird. So I thought maybe I should just get those. Oh, if I just like rotate the stick, I'll get this. So I don't know. I mean, like I can play them on the Mega SD, you know, if playing them on the Sega CD is too much of a pain, but yeah, I might get them next time just because it's like it's I mean, it's surprising enough to see affordable Sega CD games. So I was like, well, maybe I should get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had several copies of that. They had like a lot of surprising Sega stuff the last time I was there. Much more Sega stuff than they normally have.
Hmm.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hang on. I can actually. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, I mean prices are really crazy these days, and it's definitely
neat,
affected my desire to.
So here's what this is like. I can actually turn it off. It's cool though. It's definitely cool.
Oh.
These are neat though.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna fill up my water.
Okay. Oh wow! I didn't know it was 11 o'clock.
I know.
Time flies when you're golfing.
When you're golfing. When you're not golfing.
Oh. Yeah, there were several Sega CD games at my local store that I was like they were cheap enough that I was like maybe. I don't especially enjoy using the Sega CD system though. That's what made me hesitate. I mean, I have very few Sega CD games. Like you know, y'all know me. I am not the biggest flashcart guy. But you know, it's definitely a situation where I see myself mostly playing Sega CD games on the Mega SD going forward. I don't especially enjoy using the Sega CD. I do need to get touched up a little bit. I enjoyed playing Final Fight CD on it, but it like was totally perfect. Had zero problem with it the whole time. And then, like, the ending froze. Like, after months of trying to get through the game. On the backloggery streams. I mean, it took us, we were playing off and on for like a year. And we finally beat it. Never had a problem. And then it freezes in the end. Like, come on. Wild Arms 5. I think I was lucky to get that when I did. As well as Alter Code F, which I know is not like... Oops, I did not mean to go in here necessarily, but I don't think Alter Code F is the most beloved, and I'm kind of unsure about myself. Like, you know, like it always kind of annoys me when like remakes of RPGs where the original version of the game had like a small tight-knit cast of characters. And then they're like, oh, we have to add more playable characters. Like, I mean, I don't think Final Fantasy IV did that, but like it kind of annoyed me that like the PSP version of Final Fantasy IV, like you can choose who's in the final party. And like to me, like it's just like part of the game, you know, it coming down to those 5 characters. Like that's part of how the story flows, you know?
There was a $5 donation from C. Hobbs. Thank you. Saying, is there any games, retro or recent, that you guys recommend to scratch a Mother/Earthbound itch? Closest I found is Citizen Earth. What was that playing that made me really think of Earthbound?
You played a little bit of what you call it? I can't think of the name. Undertale. You played a little bit of that.
Right. Yeah.
Which, I mean, you know, that's almost too easy to...
What's that one game that... I don't know if you streamed it. You may have streamed it, but I wasn't on the stream with you. Reverie? Was that Earthbound?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's definitely Earthbound aesthetic, but it's more Zelda-like. But I mean, you know, I think you have to accept the fact that, you know, nothing is going to be Earthbound but Earthbound.
Yeah.
I mean, there's of course, like, you know, RPGs that, you know, might be a little more of a silly modern take, but, you know, Earthbound is Earthbound because of, you know, Itoi, right? Like,
right.
He is the one that makes it what it is. Like, you know, you're not going to find like all that close of an analog. I mean, you know, when I originally played Earthbound, and you know, I've only played through it one time, and I really want to replay it because I feel like I would. I feel like I would maybe understand what it was, the vibe it was going for more now than I did originally. Oh, look at this. Nah. But like, you know, at the time, like, I was like, oh, haha, this is so silly. Like, this is an RPG, but it takes place in modern times, in the real world. It's, I saw it as like an RPG parody, and I don't think, I I don't think that's really how you should be thinking of it. And so I want to revisit it because I feel like I would see it a little differently now.
You should play 3.
I know, I really want to. Like, the music and the opening area in 3 is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't really have like power control over this one.
But other than that, yeah, I can't think of many off the top of my head. I do want to play Undertale, though. I should just, like, play it. Like, now that I haven't really played anything. I was thinking about playing Hellblade since that new update.
Oh, that it's not long at all, and it's really
like 5 hours long or something.
Oh, it might even be less than 5 hours.
Yeah.
Probably more than 5 hours, but not like that much. I mean, it's pretty short, and it's really neat. Like the combat is just really fun.
Yeah. But now it's enhanced for Series X. Like that makes me want to play. Like
Yeah, I booted it up the other day as well, because there's like 120 hertz mode, and I used it to test out the 120 hertz mode on one of the projectors I'm looking at. Like I
can't do 120 hertz at 4K though, right?
You cannot, but this projector can't. It does 4K 60. I mean, I don't think there's. I mean, my understanding is that projectors are usually behind TVs in terms of like advanced features offered. I think that's just the way the technology is. And I don't think there's any projector that supports. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I just don't think there is a projector that supports 4K 120. What am I supposed to do? Do I have to like not hit what? Oh, I see. I've got limited power. But I had to go down to 120, but 1080. But the thing is, like, most games that support 120 hertz like go down to a pretty low resolution anyway. So it's like, I don't know if it's that big of a deal to have to go down to 1080p,
Right. I still have not even tried out 120 hertz on anything.
Whoa. I still think back to what was I supposed to do with the giraffe? Oh, save the blue giraffe. I still think back to that when I was trying to see if I could get 120 hertz to work like during the stream when how do I save it? Like the day the Series X came out, I was trying to figure it out, and like I couldn't get working on the stream, and I got I remember people were saying like, oh, if it was on 120, I was like, is it on 120 hertz? And people were like, oh, if it was on 120 hertz, you would know, like it would be a difference. And like once I finally got it figured out, I'm like, oh. Like it's just, to me it's like, oh, okay, like it's fine. like I would take I would take lower resolution for 60 frames per second probably almost every time, now that that's become like a standard this generation. Like, because, you know, 60 frames per second does make a big difference over 30. But am I just a peasant? Like, I just don't think 120 makes that big of a difference over 60. Maybe I'm not using 120 on the right kinds of screens to really make that impact. Like, I've tried on my OLED here. I've tried on the projector. It's different. Like, I've confirmed, like, okay, I can see how it's different. Like, I'm not, like, accidentally in 120 mode or accidentally in 60 mode and thinking I'm in 120 mode. No, I can see how it's different. But, like, the thing is, like, I don't think if I didn't know, they're like, okay, this game supports 120 hertz and I am in 120 hertz mode. Like, if I was just playing the game, I don't think I would be like, dang, is this smoother than usual? Like I would probably just be thinking it's 60 and like just thinking like, oh, yep, that's pretty darn smooth 60. Like, I just don't think I would like notice if I didn't actively know. Like, the difference that I notice is like it is more solid in motion. Like, there's less blur, you know, as you're like panning the camera around. But like, you know, I see the advantage of 60. I just like, I would take higher resolution, ray tracing, more visual features over 120 hertz. But I would take, you know, I would happily accept a lower resolution for 60 frames per second. Because yes, that to me that makes it makes a difference, you know, even in perceived image quality. Like, I feel like aliasing becomes less noticeable at 60 frames per second, just because the screen is updating that much more often. But like, I feel like 120 hertz just doesn't have that impact for me. Like, it's just,
yeah,
I
think I tried to try it once and it just like I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah. You know what I like, honestly, the thing that is really interesting to me, and I can't try it at 4K, but I've been curious to try the 40 frames per second mode that they added to Ratchet and Clank. Like, are you familiar with that? Like, Digital Foundry did some stuff on it.
I couldn't get it to work though. Like, I tried to get it to work, but it didn't work.
I wasn't really, because like, I've actually I think PlayStation is like a lot pickier about what you're connected to and whether it will allow 120 or not. Like, Xbox is pretty easy. Like, the only quirk I found with Xbox, if you want to enable a 120 hertz mode, is you actually have to, you know how like, okay, you set the resolution, right? But there's also like the video modes list where you enable HDR. You know what I'm talking about? Like, where you enable HDR and like allow 24 hertz and stuff like that. Well, there's also a toggle that says allow 4K.
Oh, so you gotta turn that off?
You have to turn, even though you choose your resolution as 1080p, like, you have to turn off allow 4K for some, or at least in my experience.
Seems like they could make that easier.
Yeah, so I mean, and maybe they have, like, I mean, I've just continued to do that whenever I wanted to investigate. But like, the first time I tried it, I definitely wasn't getting 120 hertz until I disabled and it allow 4K. But like, so I mean, I've definitely done it a little bit on the Xbox. But I just don't really see the benefit. I mean, I see it, but I don't care. Like, it's just, but like, I'm really curious though, like that 40 frames per second concept with 120 hertz. Like, if that feels close enough to 60 for me, I could really see, and if it becomes a common trend, I could really see myself, like that would be more compelling to me. That would be a more compelling reason, I think, to me to want a 4K 120 display than actual 120 hertz. I just, like, yes, it's less blurry in motion, but like, you know, this kind of feels like in-game all of a sudden.
Oh, really? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you're close to the end.
Like that.
It
Whoa.
seems like the kind of game that's not going to have like a million levels.
No, but there's like also like the. Oh yeah, look at this. This is getting crazy. But there's like also like the different variations.
How close is it to the end?
There's some. Oh, is someone familiar with this?
No, I'm just asking if there was.
Whoa, whoa. Okay, I just had to bump into it. I had to know. But you know, we were, oh, that's gross. Eyeballs popping out of the vending machine. But yeah, we were just talking last night, like, to work on the projectors episode, just so I'd have like easier access to more games, I redeemed the 14-day free trial that came with the Series X for Game Pass, just be an easy way to just do more games more quickly and get access to some things I don't have. And you know, I tried out the Xbox version of Octopath Traveler, and it's just like, it looks so tremendously better than the Switch version. We were talking about, you're like, you don't want to be going down the path where you want to say that, like, for a game like that where, like, you know, the resolution and frame rate doesn't really matter, like.
You're saying like, oh, I think it was. It'd be one thing like, oh, I'd rather play it, but you were like, I hope I can stomach.
Well, I mean, maybe I was exaggerating, I guess.
I'm like, that's not like a good way to see for like an RPG where the frame rate and graphics,
but it's like it looks,
being 4K like probably don't like have a huge impact on it.
The Switch version, though, like, it's definitely got bad sprite scaling, because I think even docked, I think it's only 720p, and like, so the 4K makes a huge difference. Like, I mean, I didn't look super duper close, but it kind of looked to me like the character that you're controlling in the middle of the screen might, like, at 4K, might actually be like a like integer scale.
Okay.
So like, but anyway, like I did end up like putting in the Switch version, and I'm thinking I might actually play it as like my next main thing that I'm playing, because it was definitely kind of striking me. Like I felt like I might be in the mood for it. But like the Xbox version just looks a whole lot better. Oh, what's going on here?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I mean, I don't even know. Like, I can't imagine it being that big of a difference in something I'd like even like think about. But
the thing is though, like, I mean, like, okay, like just for like a normal 3D game or whatever, like, you know, hey, I've gotten the Switch versions of the Dragon Quest Builders games, you know, even though I could be playing them, you know, much higher resolution, much better frame rate on PS4. But the thing is, like, I don't mind that much for those games. They just feel like those games feel like a good fit for the Switch. Like I can deal with much worse frame rates, much lower resolutions for a game like that. That's fine. The only I guess my only point with Octopath Traveler is it's I feel like it's a unique situation because of the sprite scaling in a 3D world. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that makes it a unique situation. But I did put in the Switch version last night, and I played it. I played it further than I played the Xbox version when I was just like messing around.
And you didn't throw up.
I did not throw up, but I mean, it sure would look a lot nicer. But since I don't own, the Xbox version's $60, and like while I'm on the Game Pass trial, I could get it for $48. But like, I feel like my absolute limit for a digital game is like $30. Like, and even that, like, I feel like, oh no, am I going to start all over? Oh, good. Even then, I feel like I've only done that like a few times, like with like Phoenix Wright 5 and 6, which, you know, the English versions were digital only. Like, it would have to be a game, you know, of that caliber where it's just like, oh, I can't miss this game. Like, I have to have it for me to even pay $30. Oops.
And, you know,
but like, I would have considered buying the Xbox version of Octopath for maybe 30, but like definitely like 20. Like I would have done that. I would have bought the digital version for that. But since, you know, I own the Switch version, and you know, I'm going to want to be able to access my save files like after I finish the game, because I'll probably want to record from it, you know, for stuff in the future. You know, so it's like, well, I should play through a version that I own, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably pay for like a month of Game Pass to play through it, which, you know, after the trial is over, I could probably play through it between now and, you know, another month if I really wanted to, but then it's like, well, then I paid $10 that I could have spent towards owning the game. I just like, I can't reconcile that. Like, I get the Game Pass is an amazing value for the people that want it, but like the way I think, you know, it's the same reason I stopped really renting games back in the day, you know, like, you know, it was like, oh, well, like I've like beat this game or like nearly beat this game. So now I feel like my, you know, $50 that I would have spent, like buying this game, like has less value now because I did it while on a rental.
Yeah, my thing is that it would just be overwhelming. Like, I have enough stuff that I already own that I can play instead. Like, it is definitely a great value, and I can see, like, for the people that want it, it makes complete sense. But it's just like, oh my god, I mean, I can't even have the hardest time picking something to watch on streaming, on, like, movies, like, on Netflix. I can't imagine saying, like, oh, what am I gonna play out of all these games of these like 10 to 30-hour games on here?
You know, I would be much more tempted to actually subscribe to Game Pass if they also offer like a selection of movies with it. I mean, I don't think they do though. But like, if they did, I was probably supposed to get those balls. If they did though, then it's like, okay, well, I mean that you
like
know.
The last ball.
Huh? It's gotta be. It's gotta be. But Like I mean, it's neat. Like it's a good episode to use it for. You know, use that free trial for.
Yeah.
Okay, so that just gave me one ball.
Right.
But
Wahlberg Campus. Game Pass is fantastic if you don't already have a large collection of games.
right, I mean, it's like okay, yeah, it's like I've already got so many games to play.
Right.
Like that
well,
I need to be playing. It's like, but it is neat. Like but honestly, I didn't download that many games, and there's like not like significantly more that I would likely. Oh no. There's not like significantly more that I feel I would likely download over the rest of the episode that would interest me. Like Octopath Traveler was one. Can anyone in the chat tell me like how do you play Doom Eternal? Because like okay, so it's really weird when you download it. It's oh did I beat him? Oh no, is he gonna eat me? Oh no. It's like so like the main game is like the battle mode for some reason.
The bowel mode?
The battle mode.
Okay.
Oh, now I'm the frog.
This has got to be the last level.
This has got to be.
Like a boss battle and everything.
So anyway, like, the campaign is like a 10 gigabyte add-on. Like, the battle mode is like 60 or 80 gigs or something like that. And the, how's there? Oh, I'll check it out. It's a credits level.
You beat it. What the golf? That's it?
But anyway, like so I booted it up and it wanted me to make like a Bethesda account. And I'm like, I'm not going to play this online. I just want to play the campaign.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to make an account to play the. Surely you don't need to make an account to play the single player game. I mean, I will if I have to, but I'm not particularly motivated to do it right now because I haven't played Doom 2016 yet.
Oh yeah, and the story, it's gonna. It would spoil the ending into 2016. I'm sure if you played it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't, but like it definitely kind of confused me because it's like how like it's so weird that it's an add-on for. It's an add-on for like it's an add-on for the battle mode, and like I couldn't figure out a way to like just launch the campaign. Like I think like on the Xbox, I think maybe Resident Evil 3, maybe Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I can't remember. They have like a couple of different launchers. I might be remembering wrong on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but like I think Resident Evil 3 like has a couple of different things you can launch from the game. But anyway.
Is that it? Oh, you're gonna do the whole. Oh, you're gonna.
I wanted to see if is there something more for doing the crown mission on the credits level.
The power.
Yeah.
They never moved yet.
Perfect.
Perfect. The last one, like, sometimes, is it going to be a race? Or like
It's
another
just
car?
lower par, I guess. It's weird that it doesn't have their names in it though.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that clearly seems to be the ending.
Did it?
I did it. That's a fun little game.
Do you feel like you'd do like some of the challenge modes or the challenge levels, or is that you pretty content with just being done at that?
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely fun. Like, I mean, it's like a game that you could just like pop in without like, you know, if you're just
Without any effort,
yeah,
really.
yeah. I mean, it's just like I feel like doing something. I could see myself just doing a couple of random missions in it just because. Why not? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. It's a nice beat.
Yeah, I honestly was not expecting to beat it tonight. I didn't think it was going to be as short as it was, but you know what? Like I saw someone in the chat, say this game was $30+. It's just like, you know, if it's a neat game, I don't really care if it's short.
Yeah.
At our age, you know.
I mean, I prefer that kind of stuff. Prefer it. Anyways, is that gonna do it for Sunday, August 15th, 2021?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just going to mark this on my backlog. You know, to bring it up, I went to the search bar on my backloggery and entered the word "what," and I find it a little surprising that this is apparently the only game I own with the word "what" in the title. I own no other game with "what." What? Like, I feel like I should own more. Like, I see you recently added "What the Golf." Let me go see if you have any other "what" games on your backloggery. What? I feel like you surely do. You don't. Like, "what" feels like it should be a more common word in a game title, like in a subtitle, maybe. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody who donated.
And you'll be working on the PC Engine stuff. I'll be working on the projectors. And those should both be out within like the next 2-ish weeks, I think. I think we can say that pretty confidently on both.
For sure.
So, all right.
For sure.
We will see you next time.
Yep. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Take care.